Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to make a video on Jasmy as requested by people in the comments. And again, if this is something you want me to do, just put the comments down. If there's something you want me to look at and you think it's worth looking at, by popular demand, I'll make a video on it. So, looking at Jasmy here on the weekly, because let's just zoom out for a little minute. This is Wrecked City chart. So I called it the lottery ticket moving down. I mean, as far as a lottery ticket, it's working out so far okay. Picked this up around ½ cent. Not the all-time low, but not too bad. And it's held, for the most part, it's held. And it actually did really well. From the low to the high, it was like a 20x after this little period. So it certainly changed its behaviour. It's not the down-only chart that it used to be. But, you know, what can it possibly do from this point now? So, you know, it's not the oldest chart in the world, or at least not on the Binance history. If you go back in time on other charts, it looks even worse. It was valued at one point around $6, which is horrendous. You know, to think how far it came down. So the fact that anyone can even look at it with a straight face is difficult. So it's worth recognizing how bad it has been since it came out. But if we just forget all of that and start talking about it from its lows, it's built up a relatively decent trend. And again, from the bottom to the top, 20x, it's not to be sniffed at. The volume's usually quite good on it as well. So from a technical perspective on the weekly, it's holding the 50 exponential moving average. Now, there's no 200 exponential on this one. It's not old enough to have that kind of thing. But holding on to this last major move, this last major moving average, which is currently around 1.9 cents, gives me the view that this could be the area where it actually sort of starts to move up again from. And again, we're talking weekly. But, you know, to say that, you'd also want to see some kind of shift in momentum. And since we had these massive moves up, the momentum has been that of a consolidation with momentum and a consolidation with the money flow index also. So there's not been any breakout with money flow or volume or momentum. So with that, it might mean that we just keep going down again and continue with the down only chart. There is a horizontal down here which is at 1.2 cent, which could also be thought of as the next major support if everything starts to crumble below us. Now, thinking about this as well, this is an important thing. We've got the daily, which is now freshly death crossed, where we had a perfect retest of that and back down again. Retest on the 50 exponential and back down again. So this is not a good look on the daily chart. It's not bullish actually on the daily chart. Based on trend, it's continuing with a downtrend, which is probably only strengthening, given the fact that this chart is the opposite of what a bullish chart should look like. This is a bullish chart. We'll invert the scale. This is always worth doing for those who want to reflect on their personal particular bias. If this was bullish, this is what it would look like. A low being in, death cross retest, back down, breaking above moving averages, getting a golden cross here on simple moving averages, golden cross here on exponential moving averages, having them retested, moving up from that. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So until further notice, this is actually a bearish chart, with the peak being up here at 4.4 cents, and now we're down over 50% from that high. So it doesn't mean that it can't get carried with the market. It definitely can, but based on its own chart, it doesn't look very happy at all. So back down to the 4 hourly then, to see if there's anything that we can find here to reflect on any other trend, and unfortunately not. So we've got death cross over here on simple moving averages, over here on exponential moving averages, and nothing more than retests of those to get rejected from. So if you're looking to go bullish on this, you know, you could class it as a lottery ticket like I did. Obviously you're 300% up from my entry point when I was saying, all right, you got to bite the bullet at some point. That's fine. It was lucky. It was lucky. There wasn't enough evidence at that point to say that it was going to go up anyway. So, yeah, it's up to you if you wanted to buy it from these levels. But there is no evidence of an uptrend on a weekly, daily, or 4 hourly, unfortunately. Now, you can start to flip that perspective when you get above these moving averages on the 4 hourly at least, which means you start closing above 2 cents again, building bases above 2 cents, and then finally getting those golden crosses to show strength and momentum building to the opposite way. Now, because we're sideways here, which is basically what it is, this could be range bound, and if the market decides that it wants to break out, then this will break out through association with that, and this could be seen as a period of accumulation. There's no real way to say that this is an accumulation zone, but if it were to be, we're talking lows of around 1.8 cents, highs of around 2.1 cents. So I'm not really keen on this either way. If you're looking for an instantly gratifying trade, or a trade which is got a better long-term projection, you'd wait a little bit longer to see if you can flip these areas. Alternatively, you can focus on the weekly, and the weekly again gave that area based on moving averages, which so far has held since we broke out. And again, yeah, this is where the change of behavior took place. The 50 exponential used to be major resistance, and we finally flipped it, and we went crazy. You can only imagine the pain if we do start closing below it and get rejected from it. Then I would be looking at the 1.2 cent zone for an opportunity to buy from long term. So it's up to you how you go about doing this. This is a bearish chart on the daily, weekly and 4 hourly really. And if you wanted an educated guess as to where the lows would be, the most optimistic one would be just a little higher than where we are right now, and the more pessimistic one would be down here at 1.2 cents. So that's Jasmy for you. Again, I'm sure you're all hoping to hear something way more bullish than what I've just explained, but that is the situation. I can't make it any other way. You come here for a dose of reality, not hopium. But look, you know, maybe it is the lottery ticket that makes its way back up. This is just the start of it. I am expecting a major push on altcoins as well as the entire crypto market, Bitcoin, the lot, to all start making its way back up throughout, I suppose, the end of this year and next year. So where Jasmy will be then is a different story, but based on what we see as of this very moment in time, it's not. It doesn't look very good. Let's put it like that. It doesn't look very good at all. Right, if that was useful, great. If not, no worries. Hopefully you can join me on the Patreon live streams. There's one tonight. Links in the description below. Other than that, hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.